be who you are and keep your mind on what you're doing, and it's their problem, not yours. And never let that get in your way. I'm telling you, even when I did the Shakespeare and everything, because people would kind of, Shakespeare. I have nothing to do with it. It's a play. It's just a play, a story. But if you get those things, they become very heavy, and then you become thinking there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. It's other people's perception, and we have to be very careful of that. There are times when I almost get into that little thing. I say, oh, don't get that. If you're not right for a part, you're not right for a part. I'd like to do, all right, so? Yes, there are times now that, all right, I can't get jobs now because hair's too straight and too fair, So if I go moaning about it, well, that's no good. That doesn't solve it. Go someplace else. There are hundreds of things to do, and it's wonderful.
Just keep on trucking.
Oh, you have to. You really have to. I think we have to get out of that I'm this and I'm that and I'm this and I'm that. There's too much. That's why everybody's squabbling with everybody now. And if truth be told, there is no difference between anybody. All the same. Everybody's jabbering at the same time, and if we really look at people.
Because you have been dealing with so many young people, do you think that their biggest fear is failure?
Of course. We all have that. Oh, it's a horrible feeling. Because now everybody wants to be a critic. A critic is their own personal opinion or their view of that side of the mountain. And I never read reviews. I stopped reading them because they stunt your growth. Because that's the evening they saw you. Tomorrow's going to be different. I usually start out shaky. And I start out, okay, and then I build on it. And next night people said, gee, it's changed tonight. It should change. It should be different.
Every day should be different.
It should get richer, and it should never change. Arthur Rubinstein's been playing Schubert for 50 years. He said he always finds new things in it. One thing I would say to young people today, watch out for people to take your mind off what you're doing. They've been bombarded with all this things telling you what to wear, what to this, what to that, and it's too much. Get down. Would be nice to get yourself down to bare bones and see if you can stand on your own 2 feet without all that other stuff.
So don't be distracted. Just stay on course.
Mm-hmm. And I know you need computers and all that kind of stuff. It's wonderful. But what's going to happen when you don't have it? That's one thing I think that the people who lived in the past have on them, is that when the electricity goes off, I can pick up a pencil and I can sew a little thing and I can do, there's a feeling of independence there. They said, well, I don't care. I'll just give me a hole and I'll dig and I'll plant and I'll get my hands dirty and I'll sweep in it. You know what I mean?
Instead of dependency on machinery.
It's very dangerous, yeah. I think it's wonderful stuff. This is their world. But you have to train yourself the other way, too, because you don't know what life is going to bring you. Mm-hmm. Because it can be pulled out from under you.
Do you see the challenges for young people now to be bigger because of all of the distractions that exist?
Yeah, I just find there's so much, who are you? Because you have to develop your way of looking at things, and don't let people tell you the way you're supposed to look at something. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Or if you don't wear a certain dress, I'm not going to mention names, that
Yes.
you are not, that you're somebody if you wear it. It's a shirt. Who's underneath it? When you lose that, who are you? Can you survive? I want to know how to make fire. I want to know how to do that.
Rub the sticks together.
Heck yeah. I don't know when I'm going to need that. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
It's
I do.
wonderful, all these new things, but one must have a balance, and you must learn to protect yourself.
So balance the old with the new.
Absolutely, because that is your protection. How are you going to take care of yourself when you don't have it? I grew up in the Depression. We had very little. During Second World War, we had to do without. good lesson.
What do you consider to be your greatest achievement throughout your long career?
Greatest achievement, keeping my family together.
That has been a challenge to
Oh,
balance
yes.
career
And
with family.
my two guys have been terrific. And I have to say that, my husband's been great, but I must say that my son has had to put up with quite a bit, and it's a remarkable. He's a great eye, and I am just indebted to him.
But it also sounds as if you and Mr. Holder have given him a very enriching life.
Oh, yes, he's been around, legendary people, and he's quite he's a point of reference has been, and he even realized that, gee, I know a lot more than I ever thought I did, It's that when you get older, you start to think about all those people that you've met, and very rich, so that he's in his working in computers and creativity, that he has great reference that very few people his age have. I feel bombarded, and I find that can become mesmerizing, and you fall into it, and you become a part of it, and I don't think that's necessarily good. I don't, and that's why I said that young people, that be careful to be able to just remember, you never know when it's taken away from you. If it is, can you take care of yourself? What would you do if your computer was taken away? How would you survive? How would you go about do your work?
Yes, the
It's
balance
just a thought.
again.
Yeah. I am grateful for not having.
Well, you had.
I'm really grateful for not having certain things, or coming up without having, because you learn to survive, and you learn you don't need very much to survive, to live nicely, if you use it properly.
That's a wonderful message to young people, or to anyone, because it appears that so many of us are caught up in the fast pace of our modern world.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but to go back to simple, basic things is very important to you. And that's what you would like to impart to the young people.
Just add that on to the other things that you know. Not forcing anything.